Hey there, and welcome, my friends, to the PigCast by your favorite pig-based magician, me, PigCake. Welcome to a wonderful edition of the PigCast here on this Tuesday, or Tuesday, as the British call it. I'm kind of happy I'm not going to Blackpool, to be honest. Usually around this time of the year, I go to Blackpool, England, and then to the countryside. I gotta tell you, I'm kind of glad because I have to get used to being an American again. I have to come back and get used to being able to have a knife on my person, have a gun, to have rights essentially. So it's a good thing that I'm not making my way overseas. And I'm reminded as to why I can't because of the invoices I received today for these. So if you ordered a pack of these playing cards, and you have correctly updated and responded to your correspondence from me, we sent out another round of these. So there are very few people that haven't gotten their hands on these. I remind you that if you happen to watch this live stream and you haven't checked your Kickstarter, please do, because there's a number of you that we don't have your address. And if we don't have your address, well, this just becomes more stock for us to sell. So make sure that you update if your address isn't on Kickstarter. I've sent you a couple emails at this point. So make sure to do that as well if you are a hot member of the Kickstarter crew. The Kickstarter crew. As a matter of fact, that just reminded me that I need to send another couple people some other messages in regards to some VAT charges that we have incurred. Magic Orthodoxy says, I debated a flat earther once. He stormed off saying he walked to the edge of the earth to prove me wrong. I'm sure he'll come around. Not necessarily a pin of shame, but still very close. Corn Pop says Jews Day. In Hollywood, that's every day. We're here. The majority of water on Earth is non-carbonated, so technically the Earth is flat, says Corn Pop. That's a showstopper for me. I found out someone I knew thought similar, and I couldn't hang out with them anymore. I'd be the opposite. If I found out that somebody was a flat Earth proprietor, because I'd want to know what's in their head. What made you think that way? Speaking of, we have an action-packed episode for you guys today. As you could tell by the title, we have too many famous people in this planet. Now with social media or just the ease of becoming somebody that's well-known, apparently, you could have a very low IQ and still make a lot of money if you decide to sell your soul to the devil. And we're going to see an example of that one of you guys actually brought up. Some other guy that is a horse fucker and caught, as I have with for example, my desktop. Many times I've accidentally flashed my desktop and you haven't seen pornography there. And there's good reason for that, because I'm not retarded. I don't download porn. I'm not going to have porn on my desktop, but we're going to show an example of what happens if you do have porn on your desktop. Also, Usher and T Swift, of course, the Super Bowl. If you're a member of the United States of America, you would know that everybody was losing their minds over the Super Bowl over the weekend. We say it's a worldwide event when really it's only games members from the United States of America. I was talking to Peter that was over there, Peter Turner, and he was telling me he didn't understand the rules of football, as we call it. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still a fun sport. You could look at it even if you don't understand what's going on. It's still exciting to look at. Whereas if you're watching football, the score is 0-0. It's 90 minutes. You're there. It feels like you've gone through an abortion compilation. And the players are just flipping and flopping. Oh, my leg. Oh, I'm injured. And they get right back up and they keep running at full speed. I don't like it. What else here? I hate kids. Hate kids. I don't know why I wrote hate kids. I guess that's going to make sense with a topic. Larry David, we have to talk about Larry David. And if you want to leave a voicemail, make sure to do so by looking at the link in the description section below. I have a link where you could click on a little thing and you could leave a voicemail for the show. And if you want to have it heard on the show anonymously, you're more than welcome to do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to check a voicemail from last week from Anonymous. So you could do things like that if you wanted to. Just make sure to click on that link that says Speak Pipe, and you'll be able to do so. I guess I should jump right into my topics here. There are a couple that I guess I wanted to go through. I want to remind you guys of this, by the way. This came up on my feed again. And it's something that I laughed at to no end. This was a congressman, I believe, that had a fast. He did a fast, a hunger strike, as a matter of fact. And you could see that they're icing him outside of what looks like to be some sort of congressional building. I got distracted by this, by the way. I was looking at this. That's kind of what I was staring at and what got me to stop and remember this picture. I've talked about this guy before, but they're icing his neck. He has a heart monitor. He went on a 10-hour fast, a 10-hour hunger strike. That's all he did. He went on a 10-hour hunger strike. So I remember seeing that, and I laughed, and I'm still laughing. So it's a good reminder to you guys that whatever you put on the internet is permanent. It's permanent. So don't think that you're going to put something online and it's going to be something that's going to be forgotten. This was a year ago, I believe, and I saw it, and I'm still laughing very aggressively. Could you imagine? Could you imagine having the audacity, Harry Potter and the audacity of that bitch to be there and say, hey guys, I'm doing this for you. And look at the struggle on his face too. I hope I could zoom in without compromising my, look at that. You could kind of see it there. It's not allowing me to go sideways, but you could see his stupid face there like he's doing something, like he's heroic. Like he was told to be in the back of the bus and he said, nope, I'm going to sit in the front. That's what he's pretending, which I could argue is not really a big deal, but that's a different argument in and of itself. Let's see some comments here. I know that I've skipped a lot of you. I'm sorry. I don't want you to think that the ego from this channel has gone to my head. Loved playing it, but don't watch it anymore, says Slatzer. I'm sure in regards to football. Flat earthers won't ever change their minds because if Earth is round, their world would be pointless. One more time. Just drop this right there. Up here, I played American football at university. I was an offensive tackle. I'm glad that you have to specify offensive tackle, which is kind of humorous. Toby Writing says, I'm guessing my order has been sent and it's too late to write some kind of personalized offensive message. It depends. I'm not sure if you had made that request earlier. But I could tell you an offensive message right now, Toby. I think if I send you an order, I assume you're from the UK. And you have no taste in food. You guys have absolutely no culinary palate whatsoever. Your food is gray matter. It's gross. It's disgusting. Your sausage rolls are abhorrent. There isn't anything beneficial about any sort of diet in your country. Your pizza is sloppy. You're fucking disgusting. I guess the only good thing was a kebab, and that's by my people, really. And the kebab is from questionable meat, by the way. The kebabs that they had there are a questionable meat, so I can't even talk about its authenticity, but at least it tasted like something. And that's probably because I was fucked up when I was there eating kebabs. They were cold. The wind kept pushing it in my face. At some point, my plate flies up. Oh, God, what an awful diet I had over there. What else here? Piggy's not invited to the UK anymore. Fuck. And then there was another comment here. Vagina dentalis. Says Mr. BP, of course, referring to Teeth, the movie Teeth, where a vagina had teeth. I was actually talking about that recently. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if you mentioned, or if you know that I was talking about that recently. It's kind of odd. I don't like comments that reference things that I was talking about in my personal life. So I guess I might as well talk about this one. This was a topic that somebody sent me, and I guess this is why I decided to title this the way that I did, and that is that some people shouldn't be famous. There's some people that should not have any fame. They're retards. They're low IQ. They provide nothing of substance. One example is Ice Spice. They kept showing her in the Super Bowl. She did some weird thing that people were calling satanic. I don't care. She's too retarded to be a Satanist. She's too retarded to... All her whole talent pool is based on her shaking her ass. And it's... Don't get me wrong. It's a nice ass. It's a nice, good, black butt. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. My racism comes out when it comes to African-American women. There are very few and far between that I'm like, wow. Yes, I would go for that. My tastes are very specific. I don't like white girls even. So don't think that I'm only one side of the spectrum. I like ambiguously indigenous girls. Like Colombians is my thing, like a dark Colombian or like a kind of nerdy. You got glasses on, it's kind of a varied mix, but usually it's a sort of archetype of a nerdy bitch. That's kind of my type, which is unfortunate because they tend to be the worst. This is the example that I want to show you about retardation. I don't even have to explain it. I guess it's self-explanatory. Some people said it was parody. It's obviously parody on the side of the white girl, Bobby Ashimoff, who, by the way, is a fucking dime piece. She's been doing these weirder Althoff. She does these parody sort of awkward interviews, but it doesn't seem like the person who's being interviewed is being funny.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. No, I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby, I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you
think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby, I do music.
So you just really...
Okay, this is retarded to watch. Even if it's a bit, it's an awful bit. What, you misheard her as musician and you're trying to play up a bit. So as a bit, it's retarded. If it's not a bit, then you're a full-fledged retard. And they try to expand their portfolio more so than they actually do. In this case, I'm an actress, I do this. Nah, that's debatable. I've seen a couple of her stuff. All she does is, again, shake her shit. That's all she does. She shakes her shit maker. And she got popular because of that. Their rap is always the same. It's disgusting. It's about their pussies. It's never anything productive. Now, granted, that's mostly all of rap. It's always, talking about some sort of illegal activity that you're partaking in. Country has recently gotten an upsurge ever since Toby Keith died. And I was listening to his songs. And you could argue that country music is always very the same shit. It's trucks. It's beans. It's fucking America. And honestly, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. Patriotism. I'm okay with that. We need more of that. But you talking about how wet your pussy is and you have this weird cadence. I'm not a fan of any of that. And here, I have no hope for the future of this country if those are the people that our youth is looking up to. Imagine someone like that. So the interview has a comedy podcast. I'm aware. I know of Bobby, and she's interviewed Drake. That was a whole kerfluffle of Drake. That's her whole bit. But it's whatever it is, it's not good. It doesn't matter if she's doing a bit. This whatever her name was. Somebody said her name, Magic Orthodoxy. But I looked up her name. And she is retarded. It's just clinically retarded. And not in the. She's clinically retarded. And one thing that I don't like doing is calling people who are mentally deficient retarded, because that's offensive. But in her case, it's socially retarded. She's socially, clinically retarded. So I guess educationally retarded? I'm not really helping myself here. Suki, that's her name. Doubled down on her statement a few days later and said, Suki ain't no musician. She's a mogul. So I guess she could be making the argument that she's not a musician. She's not. She does a whole bunch of things. She's an entrepreneur. She gave new meaning to the word black pool. That's a good one. Yeah, that's good enough. I gotta say, that's good enough for a one of these. Pin of glory. And I'll tell you why, Mr. BP. Because of the layers within that bit. Because you said she gives new meaning to black pool because she's black. And her pool, her genetic pool. So that could be the other one. Also, your name is Mr. BP. BP like the oil. So oil, black. So there's layers. There's a lot of layers. So I'm going to give you that one because of it. Manel says hee-haw after sending me a picture of, I imagine, wearing a cowboy outfit. Hungry and Hungover says, I close my eyes and I'm pretty sure I'm listening to Jabrizi. Well, Jabrizi, funny enough, posted a picture with Bobby. And I would love nothing more than be close to Bobby. She's very hot and she just got divorced. PigCake is hot for America Ferrera. Am I? I think so. Let's look up America Ferrera. I mean, I really like the one from Jane is a Virgin. So this is America Ferrera here. Not the best, I gotta tell you. I think she was Betty La Fea, if I remember correctly, which is retarded because she was attractive when she was an ugly person. So let me kind of show you here what I'm looking at. Nah, no, this is a little bit too much. Rosario Dawson would be kind of what I'm into. I really like her look. Again, the girl from Jane the Virgin is unbelievably attractive. She looks like my doctor. I kind of have a thing for my doctor. So can you see me? Yeah, okay. I can't see myself because I'm covered by a water bottle because I'm retarded. Not my type. Gotta say that's not exactly it. I think you're close there, but not necessarily. I wouldn't say no to that though, but I wouldn't necessarily be looking out for that. Piggy identifies as an asylum seeker, so he's welcome to the UK. That's true. All I have to do is just throw away my passport as I take my refrigerator, as I float on my refrigerator. Nikki Haley, yay or nay? After a couple drinks, I'm not saying no. No, I'd have sex with her. I definitely have sex with Nikki Haley. She kind of has like a bad bitch, like a bad evil villainous vibe to her. I wouldn't be, again, I wouldn't look out for her. Like someone like AOC, I would do disgusting things to just be close to AOC, let alone to touch her. I would do disgusting things. Who's the other one? Lauren Boebert. My God, what a woman. I love her. There's a couple other baddies that are politicians. What is it? What's her name? Luna? No, Paulina. Paulina something. Very feisty Latin woman. Oh, my goodness, what a beautiful one. I guess I'd have to talk about the Super Bowl since that was a couple days ago. This was one of the things that came out of that. Just a lot of videos of Usher. This is one that I saw that I guess people were reposting. That's it. Let's see. And let's grab the mic. Yep, grab the mic with that hand. So some guy is going to touch Usher's dick by the transitive property. A lot of girls were losing their mind. He's very fit, I gotta say. He's getting older. I think he's in his 40s, and he still maintained his appearance. Usher is the perfect man for like a 50-year-old black woman. Like an obese 50-year-old black woman. They cream for guys like this. This is what they want. They want kind of like a light-skinned brother that knows how to move, that knows how to sing. And that's kind of their kryptonite. That's their kryptonite. They want this. So if your type is 50-year-old obese black woman, seek this aesthetic. And you'll drown in their pussy. It's not a hard aesthetic to get. All you got to do is just, go on a strict diet for maybe 3 to 4 months. Go to the gym 4 times a week. And get this weird hairline. I'm saying this from a hairline that goes to the crack of my ass. But that sort of, that perfect square up, that lineup they do, which I've never been a fan of. And also Taylor Swift. All the Swifties were arguing as to the fact they barely showed her. They barely showed her. It doesn't matter that they barely showed her. They kept cutting to her. Every time anything would happen with the Chiefs, they kept cutting the fucking Taylor Swift. Now, granted, it helped their bottom dollar. I'm sure their advertisements is through the roof, but God, what an unlikable cunt is Taylor Swift. Just a wet dog. They keep showing her, and it's so fake. It's so manufactured. It's so sort of sanitized. They keep showing her, and she's hugging Ice Spice. The only person that they flashed that I love and adore is Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey is a perfect woman. She's beautiful. When she was kind of big, she was beautiful. When she's skinny, she's beautiful. She has a perfect facial structure. They they only showed her once, and that's because Taylor Swift was in the background. But come on. What are you doing? What are you doing showing Taylor Swift, making this whole big deal about fucking Travis Kelce dating her, and oh my God, look at that, whatever. I'll tell you why, but it's very conspiratorial. It's because she could sway a lot of people with her clout. She could sway a lot of people to act in a certain way, if you catch my drift with her tweets, her posts. So she got some AI stuff recently. I don't know. There was a little bit of suspicion going on recently because they were doing some AI porn of her, which, by the way, they've been doing AI porn of everyone. Everyone has had AI porn or deepfake porn. AOC, Trump, Biden, Pelosi, they've all had AOC porn. But suddenly, T Swift gets some questionable pictures and the White House makes a statement. I don't want to put on my Alex Jones hat here, but I think there's a correlation here. This isn't in my notes here. I just passed by this. This is a woman from Wales who's a swinger. This might be my type. This is my type. I guess this is perfect because I could illustrate my type. She passes by a guy who's recording, and she just says, "Oh my God, you're so cute." Just look at this whole interaction and tell me this isn't the perfect woman.
No, wait, what'd you say?
You are so cute.
I want to tell you the same thing. Were you going to tell me I'm beautiful?
My husband is like walking by 6 feet away, but you are beautiful. Are you from the States?
I'm from the States, yeah.
All the dudes from the States are incredible.
And you, where are you from?
No, I'm from Wales, England, the UK.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Damn, wish you weren't married, single. It says single and looking here, though.
No, it was the sticker that sent your frog ticket. Can I put it on?
Yeah, go ahead.
When did you get these tattoos?
When I was 18 and 19. I'm
How old are
28.
you now?
I'm 28 now, so.
Look about 22, you nutter. There he is.
Hey.
I was just like, look at these Americans.
Boy.
I see.
Cool guy.
He doesn't care.
Cool guy.
Anyway, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
See
too.
you later?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you going?
I live here, so.
You live here?
Yeah.
Oh, also, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday! Oh.
Thank you. So you didn't tell me where to go.
What do you...
Good, like R&B and hip hop.
No.
Oh my God, I'm hard right now. I'm fully torqued looking at that. That is my type exactly. Obviously swingers, by the way. There's no way they're not with the husband behind her. If that was my wife, I would be so fucking Muslim about her. She wouldn't be allowed within 5 feet away from me, even in the house, without me being nearby her. I would not let her alone as she's wearing those shorts and that beautiful little bra. No, you're not leaving the house, madame. But they're definitely swingers. That's the vibe. That is my type. My goodness. I am a huge fan of that. You can sleep with AOC, but you have to blow Biden. Would you? Yeah, because he can't get hard. He's 84 years old. I'd be essentially on a wet little... I'd be sucking on a little wet, not even wet, like a fucking little dick. It wouldn't even be a dick. It'd be like this. It'd be like I'd just be blowing that. So now it depends on what blowing means. If I have to blow him and then he has to complete the load, I don't know. But it just a little, but then I get to fuck AOC and she wants to. Yeah, for sure. Martin Ravencroft says, "Saludos, PigCake. What do you think about Argentinian women?" I know a couple. They're very hot. Argentinian women. They say Argentinians are very close to Cubans, and I don't like that because typically I don't like Argentinians. They say pollo instead of pollo. They say pollo. I don't like that. It really annoys me when they say that. And they're apparently loud and abrasive. And also, I bought a motorcycle from Argentinians that ripped me off, selling me a bookie ass Yamaha V-Star with fucking maple syrup as engine oil that I had to fix, and it was a pretty penny to fix. So let's see. Piggy's type is ran through. We all love STDs. She might live in Wales, but she's from London. My goodness. Did you notice that I didn't say a word when that video was playing? Because I was just enthralled by her beauty. Which is worse, spending $2K on a Super Bowl or $100 on Illusionist Stack Watch? Well, I've gotten more into watches recently. I just got this, of course, within my price range. I just got this Casio Duro. And today, as a matter of fact, I just got this this is a new version of the old NATO strap that I got. This is the Bond one, and I got it smaller because I wanted to do it because I thought the one from GoldenEye, I thought the one from Goldfinger was so cool that it was an undersized strap on a bigger watch, so I wanted to do that. So I did that, and this has less. The accents are a little bit less annoying than the other one I had. But, gotten into watches recently, so I would be more of a snob against the Stack Watch just because the bezel, I think, is ambidirectional, right? Which I wouldn't be a fan of with the bezel. I wouldn't want it to go both ways. I wouldn't want it to be a bisexual bezel. And then on top of that, I'm not complaining about quartz. I think quartz is great. This is a quartz watch. Is it? Yeah, it is. But just I think the movement. I'm not a fan of the movement in that particular stack watch because I know it's just one of these. The watch itself is not really the focus. The focus is the actual bezel itself, which is a great thing. But I know the watch is definitely probably a cheaper one. But I'm not a fan of that. But the stack watch, not too bad, not too bad. I think as a reminder, I think as like a little aid, like as the thing is going on, if you need a little bit of a reminder, and it does ironically help you memorize a deck, or I guess terrible use of the word ironically, or it might be the perfect use. Let me know in the comment section below. But funny enough, it makes you remember what the stack is because you're going to have to look for the actual card itself. And assuming they cut the deck and you're looking at it, you're eventually going to just memorize it. So why not? Pepsi Addict says, Piggy, have you bumped the new Kanye album, though? I have a couple songs. My friend's a huge Kanye fan, and he's always busting out some tracks. There's a couple that In Sync one is kind of dope. I don't think that's in the actual album itself. But speaking of did I say kids? No, I'm trying to make a good transition here, and I thought I said kids because I wanted to transfer here to a topic about a pedophile. So I was obviously thinking as to a good transition. So this guy, his name's Vosh, writes, this is something that got popular recently. He's a political commentator. Absolutely wrong on all his takes. Hasn't said anything of value ever. Never has he ever said anything that could be even misconstrued as anything of value. And I'm not just saying that because I'm based as fuck. I'm saying that because he's just an unlovable, just a degenerate. My goodness. And this is coming from someone that makes CBT porn jokes, which makes you question it. Am I actually into CBT pornography, or is it all a bit? I don't know. That's up to you to find out. But so he's a streamer that makes an ungodly amount of money streaming to a bunch of losers. And here he recently was streaming, and his FAP folder became, I guess, accidentally shown to his audience. And you're just reading through his comments. It's the cringiest bunch of virginity you've ever seen in your life. My goodness. It's a bunch of fucking champagne socialists, commies, just fucking, oh, no, well, let me just dissect this. Shut up. So this is what happened.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
Boom. So let me actually play the whole thing here.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to. What? You can see this is an example of the kind of
so he knows he fucked up.
Structure that I'm referring
now,
to.
This is the quality is not great, but I've seen this, and they've actually found each and every single one of these pictures, which is hysterical. And this one is his taxes. This is his taxes. And the worst part is that if you read this part up here, this folder over here is called Yet to Sort. So there are layers to this degeneracy. And the first layer is, what are you, organizing your porn? Dude, there's porn online. There's millions of videos online. Why do you gotta save it? And why do you gotta save this weird, creepy, degenerate porn? There's one of a horse, and he defends it. I'll show you a video of him defending it. A bunch of these are questionably aged anime figures, so like little anime girls that are fucking just gross. You're looking at porn of what is essentially underage girls, but there's a loophole because it's not real, because it's anime. Ugh, God. Fuck. So here are his taxes that he keeps next to his other porn folders, and these are yet to sort. And this one right here is my favorite one, if you could actually take a gander at that, because it's a horse. It's a horse. And one thing that he does here, funnily enough, is here's a video of him defending it. Let me see if I could find it here. I know I favorited it, maybe. I hope I don't have the same sort of, funny enough, the same moment, right? Wouldn't that be great? Oh, here he is. Here he's defending, I think, the horse one. So let's watch that. These fucking degenerates. This guy makes so much fucking money. This is a part that upsets me. And that a thing like this is still not going to stop him from having a lot of money, from him still having a platform, and him still being able to spew his terrible takes on fucking politics and fucking commie shit.
I'll make it clear. You can write this down. I want to fuck a woman as a horse. None of this is a secret. To be clear, many jokes have been made about this, but I stand by it. My moral principles are rock solid. My feet are firmly planted in the ground. I've got my boots up. They're planted firmly. You cannot move me from my position. This isn't a secret. Let's talk to a therapist. Well, why do you want to be the horse, Vosh? Because then I'd have a giant dick. Okay, couldn't you have a big dick the other way? Well, yeah, I could. I could have a big dick hypothetically in any variety of scenarios, but then it wouldn't really be a horse dick. Well, you could be a human with a horse dick. Yes, but then I wouldn't have that powerful stallion energy using it. There you go. That's it. That's the whole thing.
It's not the whole thing. That's a degenerate. And then he goes off to defend his the fact that he had underage, or what looks like to be underage girls, animated, lolly as they call it. God, the fact that I have to explain this. And obviously there are still people that are defending this sort of retard just because they happen to agree with his awful political takes. My fucking goodness. What a bunch of shit. And meanwhile, your boy's out here providing great content. The PigCake Magic Academy. You could buy my playing cards, available in the link in the description section below. We're going to have uncut sheets soon. You're look at that. I'm out here trying to get my piece of the pie. And people like this are getting a way bigger piece than they deserve for their awful takes. And they're just political commentary that's... Ugh. Fairly sure Vosh is going to be found out for being a pedo. I mean, the loophole again that he's doing is, oh no, it's animated porn. I didn't think it was. I didn't think that they were underage. It's just they look like gremlins. They look like goblins, which arguably is worse because now you're jerking off the goblin porn. Ugh. Vosh, as Corn Pop said, I have never heard a good legal and moral argument against child porn. That's a real quote. Vosh has nothing on Piggy. That's right. Let's see this one. He immediately showers after. I guess that's referring to something here. Kanye spent $7 million on a Super Bowl ad, $0 filming it, and they made almost $20 million in sales. Matter or not, that man has business sense. That is true. Kanye has had a lot of shit, but if those numbers are true, he made, I think, $200,000 on socks with a base on the bottom. I think they called them the Yeezy Pods. And it's socks with the base at the bottom, which, by the way, he was selling for $200. Then he sold for $20, and he refunded people that bought him for $200 to $180. Mad. It still made $20 million. Let's see. Nico says Blades of Grass. Do you wipe it or do you let it crust? Says Toxic. And I guess that's what he meant about showering. I immediately shower. Well, I have a thing where I have to shower after I use the bathroom. I use baby wipes, and then I shower. And sometimes I'll use baby wipes again, just because I'm psychotic when it comes to cleanliness. If I just use baby wipes, no, I have to shower, and then I'll feel clean. So I'll shower a bunch of times a day if I'm if my fiber is definitely, if my fiber's on point. My fucking God. Disgusting. Goblin porn. People defend him because they're all chromos too. Yeah, just weird. But he's just, I guess, one of the bigger political commentators on the other side of the token. This one is retarded. I showed you guys a video a little while ago. Oh boy, I just felt my arm twitch. I came back from Aldi's. I went to Aldi's. Now, the only Aldi's that's nearby is by a place called Coconut Grove. It used to be near a hood, but they completely changed that area now. And I walked to Aldi's, and then I walked back, and I had the two things here in a book bag. So I farmer's carried, essentially, for several miles, a bunch of shit just there. It was in two sizable freezer bags that I carried most of my shit. The moment I came home, I lied down and I died on the carpet. So I felt the twitch there. It's one of these loser champagne socialists, as I like to call them, that complain about everything you should do while they're living the exact opposite life. It's probably why I don't like Taylor Swift. The whole meme right now is Taylor Swift getting up and drinking a glass of water in a nightstand. And she is essentially flying her plane. Her private plane there, while telling you that you should reduce your carbon emissions. Fuck off. Or sorry, fuck off. Fuck off. That's the other downside of not going to England, that I don't get my true pronunciation of fuck off, right? It's not there. Whereas when I come back, I usually have it good because I've heard it nonstop for 30 days. Speaking of retards, this is one that I mentioned as I was going into. This is on Will Wheaton. I showed a Larry David video where Larry David pushed Elmo. Elmo, as you know, is a fictional character. He's not a real thing. He's a guy portraying a puppet, essentially. And Larry David goes and grabs it. I don't know if the video's here. Let me see if I could find the video. I'm sure I've shown it to you before, but I guess we need to have context here. Let me go on YouTube. Larry David Elmo. Fuck off. Larry David apologizing to Elmo. So this is probably going to get my the stream demonetized. A 2-second clip that's this, which is fair use, would get my fucking shit demonetized. It's so stupid.
All right, let's go over to Alfred. Check the weather. And
not yet.
So look what happens.
Wait.
So Larry David comes in and swings.
You love Elmo, don't you?
And then I love everything about this. And then Larry David comes in. Let's see if they have to show, or if they show him after. Yeah, they do. Larry David.
Okay, go ahead. Say you're sorry.
Elmo,
Larry?
I just want to apologize.
Thank you, Larry.
That's very big of you.
Elmo accepts your apology, Larry.
And Louis, will you drop the lawsuit?
Elmo accepts your apology.
He's shaking. Everything about this is great, right? Who would have an issue with that? Who in their right mind would have an issue with Larry David attacking Elmo? Nobody. Nobody in their right mind. Exactly. Nobody in their right mind. Will Wheaton. Let me look up what he's done. Will Wheaton. Just a fucking loser. One of these, again, champagne socialists. These absolute troglodytes. This guy's on Facebook permanently having the worst takes on anything. And this take is astonishingly bad. I have to read it out. I'm sorry. So Will Wheaton, like it's 9/11, by the way. He goes, so I heard about Larry David assaulting Elmo on live television, but I didn't watch it until now because I knew it would upset me. Holy shit, it's even worse than I thought. What the fuck is wrong with that guy? Elmo's like best friend to multiple generations of children. The Sesame Street universe, Elmo's a child who is currently putting mental health crisis and carrying others in the spotlight. And Larry David did that and thought it was going to be funny? What? What an asshole. What a stupid, self-centered, tone-deaf asshole. Full disclosure, all the time when I was growing up, my dad would grab me by the shoulders and shake me while he screamed in my face, which was probably not a bad thing to do. He choked me more than once. He was always out of control, always in a furious rage, always terrifying. I'm a 51-year-old man, and my heart is pounding right now. My heart is pounding. What a fucking loser. Oh my God. Recalling how I felt when I was a little boy who loved Grover the way today's kids would love Elmo. So he doesn't even like fucking Elmo then. Oh my God, I just read fascism. Elmo inspired a deep, meaningful, and important moment of collective support among disparates, God, fuck, another awful word, people who have been struggling through the traumas of the pandemic, daily mass shootings, the rise of fascism, and everything associated with Trump's violence and cruelty. And shitty idiot Larry David couldn't leave it alone for some reason. He had to indirectly tell anyone who has opened their hearts to a Muppet that they're stupid. And he thought that it was a good joke to physically attack and choke this character who is beloved by children and adults alike. You know, that tells a lot. That tells impressionable young people about sharing their feelings. Larry David strikes me as a person who mocks and belittles people who are vulnerable and sensitive and enjoys being cruel because he feels untouchable. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's who I see whenever I can't find the remote and he's on my television. Oh my. I'm shaking. I'm a 23, I wish. I'm a 33-year-old man. Almost 34, by the way. Almost 34 in 2 months. I cannot believe that man exists. That man makes millions of dollars. And that man exists. He wrote that. If you look him up on Twitter, by the way, he's like, fuck Elon Musk. Fuck everything. You could find me on Instagram. You could find me on whatever the Instagram equivalent on Facebook. What a British cigarette. That guy is the worst. Just the Holocaust of takes. Let's be honest. That he apologized to Elmo, first of all. Second of all, it's not a real thing. Elmo's not a real thing. Third of all, any child, could you imagine a child looking at, what kind of a child would look at a video like that and think, oh man, I guess my trauma is I'm not going to be able to live with my trauma anymore. What? And he said he's shaking. My heart's pounding. God, the states of man. What's worse, Vosh had Will Wheaton penis or Elmo penis? You know? That's, unless you meant pussy. I don't know. You said P, followed by a couple dashes. So I guess I have to fill in the blank there. Almost the right age for Vosh, I guess. Toby Writing says the full disclosure tells you exactly why Will Wheaton posted what he did. However, people attacking puppets, it's never not funny. I have to imagine that Will Wheaton is the type of person and he just types away online. But in person, if Larry David were in front of him, he wouldn't say anything because he's just there. I was shaken and taken aback by this behavior. I couldn't even say anything. I was stunned, speechless. He's one of those idiots. God, he just looks like, let me show you a picture of this absolute zero of a man. Fuck, Will Wheaton. There's a picture of him that just got me aggravated. Let's see if I could find it. It's him like doing some fucking effeminate pose, which there's nothing wrong with, you know, being that type of person. But if you're this type of dude, just fucking, I can't even say that on YouTube. Let me see, Will Wheaton profile picture, I guess, is absolute fucking, I hate to use the word beta male, but 100% just loser. Look at the face on this guy, man. Just look at the self-righteous smolder. What's this one say? Just a geek. I'm shaking. My heart's pounding right now out of fucking anger. Will Wheaton guest starred repeatedly on Big Bang Theory. Doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me that he would be anything associated with a Big Bang Theory. Fuck. Going up here. Will Wheaton was Star Wars Next Generation. Thank you for murdering Star Wars. Larry David attacked Elmo because Elmo supports Palestine. Let's see. This chat is official. We're better than going to Blackpool Crew. Hey, that's us right here. Better than going to Blackpool Crew. What's up? Staying in the States. I would go to Blackpool if I could, but I have to help my friend out with a photo gig tomorrow and the next day. And then I also have another one on the 24th, which could lead to potential future bookings for photography. So I'd rather do that. And if I were to go to England, I wouldn't come back by the 24th. I'd like to stay there the entirety of the month and, you know, go around with Peter, maybe shoot some shit. But I can't do that. And I also cannot afford it because of the orders for these bad boys with the Kickstarter. Corn Pop says, I shower twice a month, whether I need to or not. Thank you for that. Hi, PigCake. How's it going? Do you have any routines? I use a Chinese coin. I'm using Roth's Wild Coin, but I want to get more use out of it. Charming Chinese Challenge is the thing that comes to mind. That or anything that involves just a coin and a string, coin and a shoelace. You could do a lot of things with that. Even though it is this weird object, there is that wonderful moment. I hate to be an absolute loser virgin talking about magic tricks, but there is that wonderful moment where he has a coin and you see the string that's going through it, and then you cover it, and then you do the spellbound with another coin, and it looks like the string just comes off of the coin. That's a great little thing to do with it, but I have to imagine there's not much that you could do with just a single Chinese coin unless you combine it with something, combine it with another coin, combine it with a string. But there's a bunch that I guess with those things. But if you're doing something with a single coin by itself, I mean, maybe if somebody decides to come up with a karate coin with it, you go, oh, look, have you ever wondered why these Chinese coins have a hole in it? So you could carry it easily. You could carry it easily, and you have it through your finger, and it's this weird thing, and then you could pull it out and hand it out. Look up Transit by Curtis Cam. Very good coins across with a copper silver. Says Stefan. Coming in there. Coming in hot. Magic Orthodoxy says not going to Blackpool. Hashtag. Fuck yeah. He looks like his nickname is Soy Boy. That's right. You say it, boy. You say it. Preach. Sorry, my bad. Let me see here. Bro, still working? You live streaming? Yeah. Gonna be done in 15, however, because he's dropping off something. I'm actually pitching something to Lloyd. So I got to pitch him something after the stream. I got to make him a video that he says he likes. I hope we could do something with it. And obviously I have a trick coming out with Alakazam Magic. I have a trick coming out with them in June. So this thing that I came up with is coming out in June. Which, by the way, I saw something very similar to it. Not similar to it. It's a different thing entirely. But I saw someone do this a trick with the two objects that my trick needs. And I was like, when I saw him setting up the thing, I don't want to say much more, but you could kind of guess based on what I'm doing. I saw a person do a video, and I go, oh, I hope he's not going to do what I think he's going to do. And he did something else. So I was very happy. But I looked it up. It hasn't been done before. Nobody's put it out to market. They've put up variations of this to market, but nobody's put up this specifically, which is very shocking because it's illogical. You would assume that it's what you would do this trick with. But they said the things are manufactured. They said the things are produced, essentially. The only thing is just putting it all together and, doing it that way. I've already shot all the videos. The trailer's already done. The explanations are done. So pretty much everything's good to go apart from the nitty-gritty of it. I guess printing the packaging might be the retardation. So Larry David, I don't know why I wrote hates kids. Why did I write hates kids? Let me look through my topics here and see what it is. Hates kids. This was... Oh, I hate kids. Yeah, this is why. I fucking hate kids. This is exactly why. Sky Zone, I don't know if you're familiar with this place. I've been there maybe once or twice. It's a bunch of trampolines. They have those little soft things that you can land on after dunking a ball. Trampoline, so you dunk. It's the closest thing I ever get to dunking. So the time that I went, that's the first thing I went to. I went to the trampoline in front of the basketball hoop, and I was just there, fucking trying to slam it in there. And it's not as easy as it looks, even on a trampoline. You worry that you're gonna hit the actual rim itself, but a fun thing. And of course, retards have to go off and ruin it. Little kids for clout. These fucking stupid, idiotic, I call them broccoli heads. They have the same stupid loser haircuts. And they do this. They creased random shoes in skies. You're a fucking asshole. You're a piece of shit. They all dress the same. And by the way, they all have masks on. And not because they care. Look, he has it on his fucking face. It's because they don't want people to see how they look. They're a bunch of pussies. But they go on there, they're getting random people's shoes and they're creasing them. Like assholes. Those are that's hard to take out a crease. Especially in expensive, I mean, you could argue about the price of these shoes and the manufacturing. But to buy them, they're expensive. And, you spent money, you earned that money, you bought these shoes. And the last thing you want is some snotty little fucking loser idiots creasing your shoes. How about don't touch things that don't belong to you? And you know exactly the upbringing of this fucking classless loser. His mom was never in his life. She's probably going off fucking some random dudes. He didn't know his dad. And then he used his dad as an excuse. Oh, I didn't have my dad in my life. Oh, so I acted out so I could feel something inside of me. Oh, I have no sympathy. Or no simpy, as, what do you call this? Scott Steiner would say. Let's hear another voicemail. This is from Anonymous. It's 30 seconds. I haven't eaten, by the way, the entire day, and I did walk and did those farmers carry. And this rum and Coke. So I'm kind of feeling it, which is not good. I've also been drinking a lot this weekend. My goodness, the Super Bowl. I drank with a friend of mine. I was hammered, and boy, I think I work out to make up for the fact that I drink as much as I do. Not to the alcohol level, to the alcoholism level. I can never do this again, and I'll be completely complacent. But boy, it's exhausting. It really is. Your body's drained the next day. You want to sleep. So let's hear this.
Hello, Mr. Piggy. My name is Rupinda, and last week you got me fired from Bulging Buttholes LLC. I have taken your advice and begun my journey to Miami to be with you. Boopy and little Dave, my youngest children, are very excited to meet you. We caught a plane from Mumbai and we are now in Mexico. Hopefully it will not be too long before we see you. Looking forward to the American dream. Namaste.
I got these glasses recently. By the way, if you guys maybe could help me out, I don't know, but I got these. Unfortunately, as much as it pains me, I always reinvest in the channel. I always like to see how I could what are things that I could do to benefit that. And I got these Ray-Ban ones that allow you to record video hands-free. But my issue is that these are prescription glasses, right? And I already have prescription lenses. So I popped off the old ones that I had, and I put them here, and they fit 99% perfectly. There's a little gap underneath here. Is anybody clever enough to figure out how I could solve this gap issue? And don't say just buy the fucking prescription lenses for these, because that is probably going to be more than the lenses itself. So does anybody have a good solution for that? And also, I pop off these. These are sunglass lenses, and I'll put my other ones that fit pretty well too. But it's kind of annoying because it's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. But the bottom is it's not. And these are amazing. It records without you having to use your hands. I was on a bike the other day, the motorcycle, and I was playing Separate Ways by Journey. I was a different animal playing Separate Ways. I was weaving. I was fucking going fast. I was fucking revving that bitch. As I got that Journey pump. So if you're in a market for I hate to say smart glasses, but man, they knocked it out the park with this. Now the quality isn't phenomenal. It's 1080p. It's chopped to shit. It's not. It's like a weird Instagram sort of frame size. But boy, this has been probably my favorite thing, and probably will be my favorite thing. The calls sound unbelievable. With this, you could call people. You're taking pictures. You could send a picture to people. The only problem is that you are giving Mark Zuckerberg more of your information. But boy, I am taken aback by how good they are. You could get nose bridge razors, cheap, done. Yeah. So it's but you could. I don't know if you could see what I'm talking about. So the lenses are here. They're perfect. But there's a little gap between the lens and the rest of the frame right here. I don't know if so. Nose bridge razors, I could put that there, maybe. Staying there permanently, you could try using flowable silicone. It's transparent and will adhere the lenses to the frame. See, that's the thing. I don't want to do that because I like to pop these off if, for example, I want to wear my regular glasses. But these are not as bad. So I don't know. But boy, they're fire as shit. I want to do more videos with them. I might do an entire video with that. Just have the thing. The only shitty part is that it limited to a minute. So you're only limited to a minute about that. Xavier says, you got the V-Star going. The weather here is finally warming up, so I'm going to take my Shadow out soon. My dream motorcycle is the Shadow 750. That one is what I want in life. That beautiful black, just a nice Honda Shadow 750. Just fucking go on that bitch. That's my dream motorcycle. But I got the V-Star going. There's still some miscellaneous leaking issues that I got to take care of, but it's been riding great. I didn't ride it for a month. And before that, the battery would drain and I had to find a leak. And finally I found it. It was a regulator that wasn't good, which is great because I thought it was a more expensive piece. And I fucking started it up, and it started up perfectly without an issue, without even having to fucking what I used to do, which is you had to kind of trick it in there and put some gas in that bitch. No, just hit it. Obviously pulled the choke, hit it, and started to ride up, rid off. It was great. Rode off. Obviously after closing the choke, but it was still great. Honda Rebel. No, Honda Rebel is the smaller one. I want the Shadow. The Shadow 750, I believe. If that's the one that they make it, The Rebel's the smaller one. That's kind of the beginner one. Mine's not a Phantom, and it's red. I've always wanted a black cruiser, but the red one popped up, and it was a crazy, stupid deal. Well, for the same price I put in this bike, I could have gotten a brand spanking new Honda Shadow, but instead, I decided to be stubborn and fix my issues. Piggy is done with the Rupinda voicemails. Yeah, I think the joke has overstayed its welcome. What up? Damn, Stefan showed up. I hate young adults, middle-aged people, and senior citizens. Happy Black History Month, Stefan. Yep, I have to shoot it up for that. Fuck, let me just give myself one of those. A happy Black History Month, guys. I'd like for you guys at this point, the ones that are non-whites, to acknowledge both me and Stefan's presence in the chat here. I'm here in person. Stefan is in the chat, so I'd like for you to acknowledge us. Acknowledge us. I'm waiting. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for you to acknowledge us in this month, our month. So, I felt it. I felt a little bit of it. Even if you weren't necessarily giving it, I know that I felt a little bit of that acknowledgement. So I appreciate it, especially in this month. The only thing that I want to protest is, honestly, that this month is too short. But, you know, at least we got something. I wanted to get another Shadow. Shadows are so good because they're shaft-driven and fuel injected, no chain or choke to deal with. Yeah, my bike is a 2009. So one thing I didn't know, by the way, because I never did it with my other bike, was I didn't know you had to pull the choke, let it warm up, then push it in, and then you could kind of ride off. I didn't know that. I would always just go a little bit anal and just ride. And I read that you want to pull out the choke, do it that way, and do that every time. So I guess I'm retarded. But those are my topics, my friends. Those are all my topics. Those are all the things that I want to talk about. So I'm going to be here again tomorrow. I do have to end this a little bit early, which is unfortunate. Usually I like to put an hour in this bitch. Let's see how long I've been going here. 59, so exactly an hour, I guess. So it's still all right. But I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock. Unfortunately, I have some things to do. I actually have things to do. If you're getting your orders, you should be getting some orders now. I believe there were a couple leftover ones. So I still have a couple. And I remind you, if you're watching this stream and you haven't got your orders for the playing cards from the Kickstarter, please look at your Kickstarter campaign or your Kickstarter page, because either there's some concern with your address or something of that effect. So please look so we can send these out. I want to know how much I've lost. The Magic Bus says, when you're taking Anna D for a ride, only thing I could say to that is
big fucking tits.